With so many characters and so many passives in Injustice 2 Mobile, it's only natural that there are going to be some characters that are just super annoying to fight. Today I'm going to be telling you guys 5 characters that I hate fighting in both Arena and Raids, Champions Arena, it really doesn't matter. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Number 5. Horrific Scarecrow Sub-Boss. You might as well throw Brainiac Phase 2 in there too, because one of the most annoying things that these guys have is random tag-in. And in a game with the mechanics like Injustice 2 Mobile, random tag-in can be pretty devastating pretty quickly. But the reason why I put Horrific Scarecrow instead is because his Special 2 also disables your special abilities, and we all know how much the sub-boss likes to spam that special attack. In addition, because of the random tag-in, a lot of people like to kill off their 2 side characters and just leave their main damage dealer so that way nothing gets screwed over. However, if you're not careful in killing off your side characters correctly, the amount of damage that Horrific Scarecrow will do to them will also go to your damage dealer. So if the side characters get hit by a really strong special and you don't block, your damage dealer is going to be at like half health already because it's going to splash over to him. And again, even after you did all that properly, you still have to worry about Horrific Scarecrow spamming his special 2. And because his special 2 does armor piercing and it also disables, not only are you going to be doing less damage, but you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So you have to be very, very careful. And if that's not intimidating enough, just remember that this guy has millions upon millions of health. So you're going to be fighting this guy for a very long time. And the fact that there is 90 plus characters in Injustice 2 Mobile, yet a very few amount of them can fight Horrific Scarecrow with confidence, just goes to show how annoying this guy is. I don't know what NetherRealm was thinking when they were making this sub-boss, but they definitely got to dial back on his buffs. Horrific Scarecrow sub-boss definitely has a lot of really annoying things going for him, and that's why I really hate fighting this guy. Number 4. Darkside. Darkside definitely has a couple of annoying things going for him. He has a barrier, he could spawn in parademons, and he can also heal up whenever somebody dies in the battle. But the most annoying thing about him, hands down, has to be the barrier. First of all, the barrier works for all of his teammates whenever somebody loses 15% of their max health over 1 second. And the barrier makes it so that the opponent is pretty much unhittable. Whenever you go try to hit him, it's not really going to do anything. But if that was annoying enough, guess what? The barrier is also 500% of the opponent's health, which is insane. You're basically never going to go through the barrier by just doing a ton of damage, because that's just way too much damage to be doing, especially if Darkside is the one that has the barrier, because he's a legendary character, which means he's going to have a lot of health, which means the barrier is going to be incredibly strong. Now, beating Darkside isn't impossible, but because of the barrier, it really slows down the match a lot. You can't kill characters right away because you have to wait for the barrier, and even though the barriers do have cooldowns, keep in mind that by the time the barrier goes away for the character that's tagged in, the opponent is probably going to go ahead and tag in another character, which means that their barrier is going to be ready to go. I also forgot to mention that whenever Darkside is tagged out, he can drop this little Hellfire every 8 seconds. What the Hellfire is, it's a little bit of a hazard, so you can run away from it, but it is pretty big, which means that you are probably going to get hit, and it basically does a lot of damage, and it can interrupt you in the middle of a special abilities. So needless to say, that is also very annoying to fight against. So long story short, the word annoying and the word Darkside basically go hand in hand. This guy slows down the match way too much for me, and even though again he's not impossible to beat, that's just something that I don't like dealing with, and that's why he's coming in at number 4. Number 3. Batman Ninja Catwoman. There really isn't too much to say aside from everything about this character is annoying. I think we can all agree that the most annoying part about this character is that she's unkillable for 9 seconds whenever she reaches 15% of her health, and on top of that, her special 2 does dot damage and she heals up from that dot damage, which means that her immortal passive will keep on resetting as long as she gains back a certain amount of health. But if that wasn't enough, all of her special abilities add blind, and blind is one of the most annoying things for me because it's really like it's kind of like a coin toss. You don't really know if you should go for the attack because it might just completely miss the opponent or it might actually hit them. And if it misses them, the AI is definitely going to take advantage of that and is going to go absolutely ham on you. But if that wasn't enough, whenever she blocks a special ability, she will have a chance of triggering her special 3 for no power cost at all. And whenever her or one of her Batman Ninja teammates block any special at all, they will gain 60% of the power cost of that special ability. Now, even though I do have a couple of characters that can beat the Batman Ninja team really easily, and specifically Batman Ninja Catwoman really easily, it still sucks to know that if those characters are out of pips, I can't really fight Batman Ninja Catwoman with anybody else because she's too strong and she has way too many annoying things going on for her. Number 2, Multiverse Armored Supergirl. Multiverse Armored Supergirl is hands down one of the most prepared fighters in the entire game because she has so many different things going on for her, which also means that she's incredibly annoying to fight. And to be honest, I am kind of scared of her special one because her special one does a lot of damage and it's also dot damage, which means that even reflective shields can't stop the amount of damage that it'll be doing to you. In addition, if she's paired up with multiverse teammates and she also tags in after a multiverse teammate that was already tagged in, she will be slamming down on you. And if you're doing a special attack, which can be very dangerous if this happens, and she slams on you, she will be gaining power and she will interrupt you, and most likely with the power she just got, she will be using her special one, which again does a lot of damage. This sucks a lot because one of my favorite things to be using against a multiverse team is power drain because they have really strong special attacks, but I always have to be scared and careful on when I'm going to be performing my special abilities because again, Multiverse Armored Supergirl can rain down on me anytime and completely mess me up. Also, the multiverse team is one of the most diverse teams in the game, which means that they're prepared for pretty much any type of battle that they're going to fight. So that's just another thing that you have to worry about. But ultimately, the main reason why I hate fighting Multiverse Armored Supergirl is because of her special one. It just does way too much damage and it kills pretty much anybody in her path. Number 1. Black Manta. Before I talk about Black Manta, I just wanted to point one thing out because I just realized that people are going to tell me about this. The number 5, the number 4, and the number 3 spot, you can really move them around however you want. For me personally, I just really hate fighting these characters. But the number 2 and the number 1 spot, which would be Multiverse Armored Supergirl and Black Manta, these characters are definitely at the top of my list because these are characters that I'm constantly afraid about losing against because I always feel like I'm going to lose against them. Again, Multiverse Armored Supergirl has a really strong special one, and I'm going to talk about why I'm scared about fighting Black Manta right now. So for starters, Black Manta is a legendary character, which means that his stats are a little bit higher than a gold character, which means that he's going to be having a lot of attack and definitely a lot of health. In addition, one of the reasons why I love characters like, for example, Atlantean Armored Aquaman is because they can heal up. And healing up is one of those things that always kind of brings peace to my mind because I'm always like, okay, if I mess up in this battle, it's no big deal because I can heal up. But Black Manta basically kills that for me because at 6 stars, Black Manta adds 24 seconds of heal block whenever he performs a special ability, but that's not all. He also adds 300% of his attack stat as dot damage for 24 seconds, which is a ridiculously long time. You're not going to be healing up and you're going to be taking a lot of dot damage for 24 seconds. Oh, and by the way, this works for all of his legendary teammates. Now, this passive isn't a big deal as long as you power drain all the time, but this guy also has a couple of other things that make him do a lot of dot damage that make me fight like a potato whenever I'm fighting against him. One of these things is his passive 2. His passive 2 basically makes it so that whenever he hits you with a basic attack hit and you don't block it, each basic attack hit that he hits on you will start doing more damage. And this effect can stack 100 times, dude, which means that if you really mess up on not blocking a basic attack hit, you are done for, man. The amount of damage this guy is going to do to you is going to be insane. But of course, being a legendary character, there's still more things to come for Black Manta. One of the most annoying things about him and about fighting an AI like this is that it blocks a lot. Alright, it blocks a lot. And this guy gets bonuses for blocking attacks because every single time that he blocks attacks, he will gain damage reduction for every single attack that he blocks. Oh, and also, whenever Black Manta enters the fight, he gets 300% of his health. What the heck, Netherrealm? Oh, but wait. There is more. His special 1 makes it so that you generate power a lot slower. His special 2 adds burning, which will have your defense, which is just... What the heck, bro? How am I supposed to fight this guy that's already OP with half of my defense? That's insane. But also, his special 3 can stun you. Now, stun is one of my least favorite effects because it usually never goes off. But for this character, it's especially dangerous to be going up against. Because if you're stunned, guess what? You can't block, obviously. Which means that his basic attack hits are going to be able to hit you. Which again, we already went over this. It stacks up to 100 times, bro. You're dead. You're dead if you're stunned against Black Manta, okay? It's over. It's a wrap. Exit the game, rage quit. And this is all without artifacts. I don't even want to think about fighting this guy with artifacts, man. You guys could hear it in my voice. I'm pissing myself right now. This guy freaks me out, and he's definitely one of the scariest people to fight in Arena for me. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Now you know which characters really annoy me whenever I'm fighting against, and some of these characters even scare the crap out of me. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go watch Annabelle right now because thinking about Black Manta is scaring me already. Nah, but seriously, guys, I know that there are gonna be some people that are gonna go, oh my god, Alter, these characters they're really easy to beat. You just gotta do this and you gotta do that, and you beat them really easily, bro. You're just bad at the game. And yeah, maybe you're right, but then again, this is my list, so I don't really care. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And here comes the slogan. I'm getting really good at this. Watch this, all right? Stay safe and stay clean.